welcome back to the another episode of Daily Quiz for UPSC Prelims 2025. Every day we upload this video. We discuss the questions related to the current affairs, which we discuss in the day session, so that it will, help you in revising the current affairs and also give you an idea how the questions could be framed from the current affairs. And we discuss previous year questions also, so that it will help you prepare for your prelims in a best way, and help you prepare your previous year questions. They are most important for your preparation. It is said that without preparing for your previous year questions, it won't be easy for any aspirant to qualify the prelims. So taking that in the view, we had brought up this initiative in which we discuss the previous year questions as well as the current affairs related questions. Before we start our discussion, I would like to request you guys, please do subscribe the channel and share it with your friends, so that it gives us motivation. When you subscribe this channel, it motivates us to work more hard on it and give you the best information possible. With this, we start with the question number 1 here. It says, what is the limit of loan granted in the model skill loan in the budget 2024-25? In this year's budget, what is the limit of the loan granted in the model skill loan? This model skill loan scheme, it was introduced in 2015 actually, and in this scheme the loans were provided to the youth for their high skilling careers, for their high skilling courses, and the limit of the loan was then one something different, and now it has been changed. So here the question says, what is the limit of the loan granted in the model skill loan in this year's budget? Is it 1.5 lakh per student? Is it 2.5 lakh? Is it 4.5 lakh? Or is it 7.5 lakh? This year the government changed it to 7.5 lakh, so the correct option would be option D. But earlier the limit of the loan was only 1.5 lakh, and it is said that because of this small amount of loan, this scheme was called a failed scheme. Now the government has remodeled it, and they had increased the limit of the loan to 7.5 lakh. Now coming to the question number 2, it says 125th Constitution Amendment Bill is associated with which of the following? This bill is still pending in the House. So what do you think this 125th Constitution Amendment Bill is associated with? We discussed about it in detail in our daily current affairs. So let us see what the correct option would be. Is it the reservation for women in Lok Sabha? No, it is not. Is it representation of scheduled tribes in Lok Sabha? Neither this one. Is it a reservation for Anglo-Indians? Neither this one. It is definitely the option B, which is amendment to the 6th schedule, in which all 10 district councils came together and they are demanding more autonomy from the government. So with respect to that, this bill was introduced. It is 125th Constitution Amendment Bill. So question number 2, the correct option would be option B. The aim of this putting questions like that is to inform you guys about these statements about the 6th schedule and what are the why it is in the news, and what are the demands of the 10 district councils. Now coming to the question number 3, it says external coordination officer recently seen in news was formed by which of the following states? We discussed about it. A senior most IAS officer was appointed by a following state, one of the following state, and he would take care of the diaspora of their state in different countries. It was criticized by the center because it is interfering in the foreign policy of the country, of our country. So what do you think the correct option of the question number 3 is? Is it Kerala? Was it brought by Kerala, or Tamil Nadu, or Maharashtra, or Karnataka? So the correct option for the question number 3 is A. It was brought up by Kerala. Now coming to the question number 4, it says which of the following are the reasons for the illegal coal mining in India? We had discussed this topic in detail. We saw the accidents related to it. We saw the reasons. What are the reasons this illegal coal mining is there? We saw the nationalization of coal mines. we saw, despite this nationalization, despite the control of the government, but still there are illegal mining going on. So what are the reasons for that? I framed this question in this way so that it will help you revise about the topic. So what do you think, what are the reasons for this illegal coal mining? Is it nexus between the coal mafia and the corrupt political leaders? Yes, it is one of the reason. Is it abandoned coal mines after extraction? 100%. This is also. Is it heavy dependence on coal? Yeah, one of the reason, the heavy dependence on thermal power plants which are run on the coal, and because of that, these illegal mines are a sort of encouraged by the corrupt political leaders. So for the question number 4, the correct option will be option D, all of the above. Now coming to the question number 5, it talks about the Peace and Tranquility Agreement, which is a bilateral agreement between India and China. Was it signed in 1970, 1983, 1993 or 2003? We had discussed about it. We discussed about the few key provisions of this agreement. So for the question number 5, the correct option would be option C. It was signed in 1993. Now coming to the question number 6, these questions are related from 6 to 10. These questions are related to the previous year questions. As you know, we are discussing the medieval history questions here. So now the question number 6 says, after consolidating his power, Balban assumed the grand title of. So what do you think he assumed the grand title of? Is it Tote Hind? Option A, no. Is it Kaisar Hind? Neither this one. Is it Zille Ilahi? Let's keep it here. Is it Deen Ilahi? Not D also. So for the question number 6, the correct option is option C. It is Zille Ilahi. It was the Balban who assumed the grand title of Zille Ilahi, which is which means as the shadow of the god. Now coming to the question number 7, it says here, head of the military department under the recognized central machinery of administration during Akbar's reign was. Who was the head of the military department during Akbar's reign? Was it Diwan? Was it Mir Bakshi? Was it Mir Saman? Or was he Bakshi? The correct option for the question number 7 is definitely option B. He was Mir Bakshi, who was the head of the military department under the recognized central machinery of administration during Akbar's reign. Now coming to the question number 8, it is based on assertion and reason model. So here the assertion is, the sponsor and the most prominent figure of the Chasti order of Sufis in India is Khwaja Muinuddin Chasti. It is 100% true. The reason given is the Chasti order takes its name from a village Chasti in Ajmer. It is false because it takes a name from a village Chasti, but it is not in Ajmer. It is in Afghanistan. So for the question number 8, the correct answer would be only assertion is true, but reason is wrong. Now coming to the question number 9, here the question says, the medieval Indian writer who refers to the discovery of America is. Here we have to answer who was the medieval Indian writer who referred to the discovery of America. Was he Malik Muhammad Jayasi? No. Was he Amir Khusru? No. Was he Ras Khan? Neither him. He was definitely Abul Fazl. So the correct option for the question number 9 is option D. He was Abul Fazl who refers to the discovery of America. Now coming to the last question of today's discussion, it talks about the member of Shivaji's Ashtra Pradhan who looked after foreign affairs. He was the member of Ashta Pradhan, 8 ministries, who looked after foreign affairs. Who was he? Was he Peshwa? No, Peshwa was the PM. Was he Sachiv? No, Sachiv was the royal correspondence. Was he Pandit Rao? No, he controlled the religious matters. Was he Sumat? 100% he was Sumat. He was the foreign he looked after the foreign affairs. So for the question number 10, the correct option would be option D. With this, we conclude today's discussion. We had discussed 10 topics, in which 5 were discussed with respect to the current affairs, and 5 were discussed with respect to the previous year questions asked in the previous year papers. So with this we conclude our discussion, and I hope you would like this video, and I hope you would share it with your friends, and I hope you would definitely subscribe the channel. सब्सक्राइब करने से कुछ नहीं होता है, बस हमारे सब्सक्रिप्शन बढ़ते हैं. So please do subscribe this channel. Thank you very much for staying with me.